My name is Dennis Barsness. I'm a candidate for Senate District 5 of Minnesota, and I'm born and raised right here in the local Grand Rapids area. Born again Christian, a pastor at our local fellowship, and I'm a PCA. I work with a variety of people. I've done a lot of things in the community for the community, and currently I'm on the Soil and Water Board, which does a lot of environmental issues. I'm running as a grassroots legalized cannabis party candidate. Although I'm not currently an active party member, I am a legally, legitimately endorsed candidate by the party. I'm running as a candidate because I believe the people need a broader choice of candidates, something outside of the typical two-party system that just gives us the same old options that we've always had. One thing I can do different, once I am elected, should you elect me, one thing I can do different is I can be a candidate, I can be an elected official that actually gives the people a voice. In the system as it's set up today, the traditional candidates have to be pretty mainstream with the party beliefs. And I can be a non-traditional type of elected official that actually goes to the people and allows them their voice and their inputs before any decisions would be made on my part. A lot of votes get made, and it's just that votes are made because somebody else is saying they know what's good for the people, and then I say give the people the option of having that say so what they want rather than just what corporate says. Well, in the whole environmental issues with the mining, in this region specifically, I mean, it's something that is close to my heart. Grew up in a mining family, and I know the aspects of how it works with the mining industries. I believe mining can be an essential part of what we have going on, and it can add beneficially to the economic status. When we put mining as a savior and it's the only way to get somewhere, and we do it all at the expense of the taxpayers to push an agenda where it's a short-term, mining is always boom and bust. And I know that because I grew up in it, I've lived in it. A close, dear friend of mine right at the moment is unemployed who works as a miner. And he doesn't know when he'll go back to work. He has 3 children, a wife, 3 kids, and his future is up in the air because he's a miner. And I believe that with proper environmental issues looked at with it, we can have sustainable mining that we can count on being there for year after year after year without destroying the environment completely. Right now, I am concerned, for the small farmers. I'm sure the bigger farmers, they'll be getting their subsidies and their help, at some point from the federal government. But it's the small farmers that are running, maybe a couple hundred head of cattle or less. They're farming or putting up smaller acreages of crops and selling more locally, and I don't think there's going to be a big avenue for them to bounce back easy. The grain prices will keep rising, and currently I believe with the market as it is, the cattle prices, the hog prices, come sales time for these small people are going to be down, and they're going to be taking losses. They don't make much money anyhow. They're doing it more because of the enjoyment of farming, and they want to pass on the traditions for future generations. So they spend money a lot of the times, and they're probably going to be getting hit this year harder than they have been. And we might be losing a bunch of these smaller farmers if we don't do something. And that's where we need our legislators to look at the smaller farmers, the smaller businesses. There's resort owners that got hit hard. And I don't think any of their stimulus packages are really going to be doing anybody much justice. But that's just going to be a time will tell topic too as well. Well, Personally, I feel with the whole pandemic issue, um, our leaders sold us out right out of the gate, and the governor is actually on somewhat of a power trip with his executive orders. I believe that in one aspect things need to be reined in. The governor needs to take a little step back. He wants to make a deal at this moment with the Republican side of the party that he will release some of his executive orders should they side with him on a mask mandate. And to me, now you're just playing dirty politics, and it's obviously this isn't truly about people's health as much as it is about these two-sided arguments getting their ways. And I'm not saying there isn't something to be concerned with the pandemic, and I believe mask wearing ought to be just it's an issue, or it's a decision that individually should be made. If people want to wear masks, they can wear masks. If they don't want a mask, they shouldn't have to, and they shouldn't be shaming people either direction. There's a lot of, in my opinion, a lot of power being pulled that should be turned back to the people, and the whole executive powers should be returned back to our legislators and allow both the Senate and the House and everybody to be having a say-so and getting full input from the private sector to have everybody's, if they want to have everybody's true concerns at heart. I'm a firm believer in the Constitution and all the amendments, including the second.